I've been walking this earth for 94 years, and I'm going to tell you something that might surprise you. Most people think the secret to a long life is about what you start doing. Start exercising, start eating healthier, start taking vitamins. But after nearly a century of watching people come and go, I learned something different. The real secret to a long life is about what you stop doing. My name is Opal June, and over the years, I've buried my mother, my father, 3 sisters, and my husband. If I'm honest, I've attended more funerals than birthday parties, and after all those years, I began noticing a pattern. The people who left this world too soon usually had something in common. It wasn't bad luck. It wasn't bad genetics. It was habits they refused to let go of. So today, I'm going to share the 7 things I stopped doing that I truly believe are the reason I'm still here at 94. And listen closely, because one of these habits might be quietly stealing years from your life right now. Number 1, I stopped eating after sunset. Now, I know that sounds old-fashioned, but sometimes old-fashioned wisdom is exactly what we need. When I was growing up in rural America, my grandmother used to say, "After the sun goes down, your stomach should rest." Back then, I thought she was just being old school. For years, I'd eat dinner around 7. Then later, I'd sit in the living room watching TV with a snack. Maybe crackers, maybe a bowl of ice cream. It seemed harmless, but over time, I noticed something. I woke up tired. My joints ached. My body felt heavy. About 40 years ago, I finally decided to try what my grandmother had said all along. I made a rule. My last bite of food would be before 6 p.m. After that, only water or herbal tea. Because the night isn't meant for digestion, it's meant for healing. Your body repairs itself while you sleep, but it can't repair the house if it's still busy cooking dinner. Within a few weeks, I felt different, lighter, clearer, and I never went back. Number 2, I stopped arguing with fools. There was a time in my life when I felt the need to correct everyone. If someone said something ignorant or wrong, I had to challenge them. I had to prove my point. I had to win. But do you know what that brought me? Stress, high blood pressure, sleepless nights, and not once, not a single time did I actually change someone's mind. People believe what they want to believe. Trying to fix everyone's thinking is like trying to empty the Atlantic Ocean with a teaspoon. These days, when someone says something that gets under my skin, I simply smile, I nod, and I let it go. That's not weakness, that's wisdom, because peace of mind is one of the most valuable things you'll ever own. Number 3, I stopped sitting all day. Now, I've never been a gym person, never lifted weights, never ran marathons, but I move. I walk to the mailbox, I walk around the yard, I water my garden. Sometimes I even stand while talking on the phone. My husband, God rest his soul, loved his recliner. He could sit there from morning until bedtime, only getting up for meals. He passed away at 71. The human body is like a river. When water keeps flowing, it stays clear, but when it sits still, it begins to rot. Number 4, I stopped holding grudges. I once held a grudge for 15 years. My younger sister, Loretta, hurt me deeply, the kind of betrayal you don't easily forget. For years, I refused to speak to her. I carried that anger everywhere I went. But then one day it hit me. She was living her life just fine. I was the only one carrying the weight. So one afternoon, I picked up the phone and said 3 simple words, "I forgive you." We both cried, and I felt like a mountain had been lifted off my chest. Because resentment doesn't poison the other person, it poisons you. Number 5, I stopped watching the news before bed. If you watch the evening news long enough, you'll notice something. They feed on fear and anger, crime, disasters, political arguments. For years, I watched it every night before bed, and then I wondered why I couldn't sleep. Now I turn the TV off around 5 p.m. Instead, I read a little. Sometimes I sit on my porch and watch the sunset. I say a quiet prayer, and my mind goes to bed in peace. Number 6, I stopped trying to please everyone. For most of my life, I was what people call a people pleaser. Someone needed help, I said yes. The church needed volunteers, I said yes. Family needed money, I said yes. But inside, I was exhausted, resentful, spread so thin I barely recognized myself. Then one day, I realized something powerful. Every time you say yes to everyone else, you're saying no to yourself. Now I say no politely, respectfully, but firmly. And you know what I discovered? The people who truly love you, they understand. And finally, I stopped waiting to live. This might be the most important lesson of all. For years, I thought happiness was somewhere in the future, when I finish school, when I get married, when I retire. My husband and I talked about visiting California for 30 years. He passed away 3 months before the trip. My best friend and I planned to sit on the beach together after retirement. She never made it that far. That's when I understood something most people learn too late. Life isn't waiting for you, so don't wait to take the trip. Don't wait to tell someone you love them. Don't wait to wear the nice clothes or cook the good meal, because tomorrow is never guaranteed, not at 94 and not at 30 either. So if you ask me the secret to living a long life, it's simple. Stop eating late. Stop arguing with fools. Stop sitting all day. Stop carrying grudges. Stop filling your mind with fear before bed. Stop trying to please everyone, and stop waiting to live. Life isn't complicated, but making the right choices every day, that takes courage. Now, if you'll excuse me, the evening sun is setting over my porch here in America, and at 94 years old, I finally learned that sometimes the greatest gift in life is simply sitting quietly and watching the day end in peace.